welcome. Today I'm going to do a quick replay review of a defeat that I had. Loki versus Set. I believe Set, right? Yeah. Set is a hero that I actually kind of want to check out. I played it on Legacy Age of Mythology like a couple times. So I do my normal build here. I feel like with this build I either win hard or lose hard. It's sort of rare for there to be an in-between. And it seems to commonly be decided right in the beginning of the second age. So I don't know, we could actually kind of speed this up. Pretty normal. Dwarf and a villager to gold. Next villager to food. Build another dwarf. Next villagers to wood. There weren't any good like trees near the gold or anything, or the food, really, I don't think. So I did end up making another cart. Meanwhile, my opponent, wait, how fast are we going? How do I... standard speed. My opponent is just kind of upgrading, making another dwarf, which is a little greedy, but still pretty standard for how I do things. And I spy his pharaoh. Take a little bit of damage on the All-Sark. He does build the temple very close to his base. I see this relic at some point. Armor improvement costs less gold, so I go for it. How much is that? 50% gold loss, or reduction, so that's pretty big. 2 more villagers to food. And yeah, my opponent's already going up. He's ahead by a villager. Barely. Bit of idle time there, not ideal. Little late on my temple, I will say that. I was a little late. I was sort of messing around over here, and I think I scoped out a relic or something, and I just ended up being a couple seconds late on this age up. I will definitely say that it seems pretty bad to age up so slowly. I do wait for another dwarf. This was a mistake. So this many dwarfs is a little unnecessary. And it did delay me into late age up. Get another house down. A little late on my hero too. Getting my Herser down here would have been nice. I did also build this right next to an obelisk. I don't know if that was the end of the world. It would definitely have given him the information that he needed to go Axeman. So he gets a fair amount of animals. I think he just ate his animals. I didn't see him in the fights. Ulfsark walks out here to get this upgrade. Another Ulfsark. He's really good with his obelisks. He's got obelisks all over. I think I train the next Herser to take down this obelisk. Get some eco upgrades. Food situation isn't good. Wood and gold are really good. I'm getting both upgrades for them. So he goes immediately for the barracks and empowers it. He's got a Wadget. Things are nasty. Herser showing up. Villager situation not good. I've been noticing that hasn't been ideal. I think what I need to do is turn on the auto queue. Villagers get the. Yeah, this is a long long villager idle time. I think it's holding me back. He's definitely getting villager lead on me. There comes a villager finally. Just slowly getting back into old school RTSs. So at this point he does have a dangerous amount of these. These are 4.5 speed versus 4.8. So with the upgrade, I do get hack armor, thinking maybe that will be enough. But I think with the Pharaoh empowering it, he's going to start to get a pretty gnarly advantage. I go for a boulder throw onto this group of infantry, which, I don't know, maybe is a little optimistic to try to do that. And this one just sees it, and of course he goes for that one. We do push it back, but he starts to chase down really hard. And then I leave this here. Again, villager production not looking good. Getting way bogged down in this like fob here. So I think one thing that we need to do is just turn on the auto villager queue. And then as I'm kind of figuring out this mess, troll goes down, which would have been huge for the fight against the axemen. Would have been really huge to have that there. So I think another thing that could have been done is, so now I'm in trouble, and he intelligently just goes straight in. There's not a lot I can do. I'm trying to figure out some throwing axemen, but it's not looking good. I think some walls, he would have gotten through them, but it would have saved the troll. So wall more is one thing. Turn on the villager auto queue. Pull back, get some shots in it. Just kind of scare him off. This is valuable time. Again, if there were a wall here and the troll were still alive, I'd be totally fine. Go for a snipe on the Wadjet, which ends up being a mistake because he gets a fat surround on the hearse here. I still got the heal, and he does seem very preoccupied with these throwing axemen. I think a troll here would be big. I was a little worried about the priest, and then he gets on top of me, and there's not a lot I can do at this point. I'm fully thrown. Actually, kind of speed up, so he clears this out. I try to kind of keep stalling with the throwing axemen. Get another barracks going up. The wood situation was bad, very bad. I spent a lot of wood on this up here. It all goes down. Start harassing with the throwing axemen again. He does leave the temple alone. And I actually make another herser and start repairing it while I distract with these guys. I feel like it's not a bad job of distracting this guy, but the other thing is my villagers are right here, so I don't want him to see him. So, like, microing really hard, and my eco is suffering a lot. Heading on like a double villager lead due to that. There comes some sort of panicked eco stuff. Slowly going down on that. Can't kill his pharaoh. Would have been nice to kill the pharaoh. And with that, that goes down. And I actually I think one thing that could have been done is a raid on the eco with, at this point, a raid on eco with raiding cavalry might not have been terrible. We lost our relic, which is unfortunate. And we go up to age 3. Even though I could end this right here, I'm sort of like hoping. I need to turn on villager auto queue, it's like I might as well. I feel obliged to get tower upgrades. At this point he could just sort of end the game. But he decides to boom. Which gives me false hope. Getting some upgrades. I'm in age 3. My wood situation is really messed up. Oh yeah, and I think I should have maybe gotten cavalry. Because with cavalry I could, so if I'm on the back foot, cavalry isn't a bad idea. Even just like 4 of them, make them pull stuff back. Definitely didn't have towers researched. Make a kind of meh wall right here. There's no way to like, there's no gate. And this one was too small to make a gate with, so kind of bad pathing. I should have been using the terrain better. He was doing the sort of around this elo that I'm in, and I have the same tendency. They kind of hyper-focus on like one way in. He gets up to H3. Again, I think that would have been stalled if I'd done cavalry. And snipes my giant. Kind of trying to drag him in here, but he's being pretty conscious. 3 Wadgets is nasty for these throwing axemen. It's actually perfect for dealing with throwing axemen. I'm a little unsure of how much he's got here. Yeah, I think at this point, just the eco difference, yeah, once again, really close to twice as much stuff. Just, I'm getting fully outclassed here. Building some houses, number 1, because I'm getting housed, and number 2, to kind of tie up any of those siege towers that the Egyptians make. But also is kind of tying up myself. Again, I do think trolls wouldn't be bad here. And I've got a huge excess of wood. I think if I had a better wall and trolls, I could start skirmishing here way better. So I need to remember trolls versus them. So wait, what did I say? Turn on villager auto queue and wall. And then maybe troll a little better. I get my healing thing spring back, but he pushes back and gets a ton of kills. Those women are, I think... Why do I hear women? And again, like, not even bad. And then I pull Walking Woods out, and I think if like, with a few advantages, with a fewer mistakes, this might have been a turn here. Not entirely terrible. But I think I was off by maybe, yeah, literally like 10 villagers. If I had 10 more villagers and some trolls and some walls, I think that would maybe have actually turned. But given the number of mistakes, it wasn't quite enough. I do escape with a fair amount of the throwing axemen. Okay, this is the main embarrassment. I'm like fully not realizing how hard I'm failing with eco. Scouting could have been better too. I like relegated to killing hyenas over here. They like don't automatically do that either. Getting some husk girls, which I think are only good against ranged soldiers. I don't know if that includes priests. I don't think it does, so I think that was maybe not great. They definitely look cool though. He's got the healing spring. And with that, go in. And basically suicide and drops minions. And with that, finished. I think he actually, of course he'd won in many different ways on this, so GG to Ade Koka, and gonna go and play some more. See ya.